You know, the LA Rams, St. Louis Rams, they used Marshall Faulk in that way down the field, where he was catching the ball one-on-one with against linebackers, and that's often a mismatch, especially when you've got a running back like Ashton Jeanty or Marshall Faulk, who has hands that rivals most wide receivers. So let's hope that we can give him the ball in space and make a big difference for us. And just in case you weren't really paying that much attention, Ashton had 2 receiving touchdowns last week. So let's get the ball to Ashton and in space and see what he can do. Additionally, I think we're going to have to slow down whoever's playing edge over our left tackle replacement. And we're going to have to slow that person down. We're going to have to let that person know that they just can't pin the ears back and come rushing. So that's going to equate to maybe a more heavy run pass balance. And with Ashton's game last week, we got to give him the ball while he's got the hot hand. I mean, why would you not feed this kid with a 64-yard run, with a great, decent blocking by the O-line? And we're going to get back to that about the O-line, but decent blocking by the O-line. Ashton had himself a day. And if you're going to pick a kid at number 6, he proved why he was worthy of that. So when I say we need to slow down that rushing, we need to run at them. And that's one way to slow down. Joey Bosa for the Chargers was perfect. He was a good player in his prime. Unfortunately, injuries have slowed him down. But we used to slow him down by running right over Colton Miller, and Colton Miller would just pancake Bosa. And we need to see that again. We know Miller's not going to be in, but a lot of these guys that play in, their kryptonite is the run game. They're good at speed rushing, and they've got the moves, and they got the bend, they've got the hand fighting to get across and beat tackles and put pressure on the quarterback. But a lot of these guys they're just so when it comes against the run. So if we want to slow these guys down, we've got to be effective running the ball at the edges. Let's move on to the next thing. I think we should get the ball out of Geno Smith's hand fast, like we did towards the end. 3-step drop, 5-step drop. When that back foot hits the ground, that last step, the ball's got to come out. Geno gets in trouble as the pocket's collapsing around him, and he's zeroing in on one guy down the field. Free safeties and DBs read on that. They jump the route. It's either high pass, it's a tipped pass, or it's a deflected pass. Either way, all of those are opportunities for interceptions, and we see that Geno is leading the league because of that. So we need Geno to coach himself up and self-identify some of his issues. We hope that Chip Kelly and the staff, both including Chip and the quarterback coach, are identifying plays that can help Geno with this issue, and just get the ball out of his hands. I think another thing that we can do to help Geno is on some of these outside routes or outside portions of the field outside the hash,